Hello everyone, Warhammer here, and welcome back to the Empire campaign for Mortal Empires. Now in the last episode we were able to defeat Vlad von Carstein using Volkmar the Grim and his army, and in the process actually take their capital at Schwarzhaven, securing western Sylvania under Empire control. Not only that, but we were able to confederate with Talabecland, giving us a large amount of territory now in the very centre of the Empire, as you can see on the minimap and on the screen right now. And from the comment section of the last video, I've been given a lot of good advice. Firstly, about Talabecland, that given its more central location, we should really be focusing on turning this into a recruitment province, making sure we can put together armies extremely quickly here in the centre, and then we'll be able to send them off in whichever direction we need to send reinforcements to. So that is something I do want to work on the next video or two. I've also been given other advice as well, mainly focusing on defense. I need to start building up my defenses in a lot of places, especially as we're going to have to be relying on those when we come to facing chaos. But Grunberg in particular was drawn to my attention because we all remember what happened last time with Grunberg. It got burned down with a surprise attack. So while the rest of Reichland has been fortified, Grunberg is still not been done. So looking at the options, I'm actually tempted just to give it to the livestock pens. Yeah, we're only 5 turns away from actually getting Altdorf up to the capital city-state. So, yeah, let's lose the... Nah, I'll tell you what we could do, actually. If we want to start working it straight away, I'd rather keep the, I don't know, 240. That is quite a lot already, and we can always change the state troop levy, can't we? We'll go for the Council of Burgomeisters. We'll demolish this, and we'll start building fortifications instead of the livestock farm. So a few turns, and then we'll be able to have every single region in Reichland fortified. So that's been that. Now the main concern, of course, is that we want to focus on... Oh, the other thing, that's what I remember, is Gavin, all the way over here in the New World. Now it seems I've got mixed up with the Vortex map and the Mortal Empires map with regards to where tech lists and the Order of Lawmasters are. Now on the Vortex map, if I get my controls properly, tech list is on this side of Lustria, whereas on the Mortal Empires map, thanks to how it's been done and changed about, they're actually somewhere down here near the Volcanic Islands. So Gavin needs to go back to sea and start heading off in the opposite direction that I had him doing. So let's get you, first of all, out to sea. Looks like you can get back onto there this turn. There we go. Let's get back on your boats, and we needed to sail probably just down to about here. It's still going to take him a few turns, but he can continually make his way down as a result. So that's the two big things I've been told I needed to sort out, so thank you guys for that. There's also been some good advice about, well, basically using my troops in combat, making sure to leave spacing out, so we can actually use our troops like the handgunners much more effectively, as they shoot forward rather than up and over. So things like that, and even to a lesser extent the crossbowmen, are going to be much more effective now in combat, now that I have to remember to leave some spacing, just not a large amount of spacing, but enough spacing between units so we can get some shots through at least. And it'll be the same for the artillery as well, assuming of course we can't just put them up on a higher plane or on top of a hill or something. But I want to continue focusing now on dealing with Sylvania. Now something we could do, just to help with the situation with attrition and everything, is if you guys remember, if we go over to the Imperial Edicts. So this is our rights system that's been given with the old world rights. And in particular, Imperial Faith, the main first thing it comes up with, immunity to vampiric and chaotic attrition. Not only that, but it gives untainted bonuses and leadership bonuses. So I'm going to spend some money in order to get that going. And all of a sudden now, Karl Franz, Volkmar and Balthasar don't have to worry about attrition for at least a good few, I think it's like 5-10 turns? I think it's 10 turns of no attrition. How cool is that? So, what we're going to do now... Well, I kind of want to go after Oakenhammer quite quickly, just so we can eliminate the von Carstein faction completely from the map. So, what I might do with Volkmar is switch you back over to this. I say we will be able to defeat Johann Reddick here. So let's bring Volkmar over here first of all. And 50-50. To be honest, I'm not that concerned about the rest of their troops. We could deal with those. The one that's going to concern me is fight some Blood Knights. But I feel I'm going to actually fight this myself, first of all, just so we can make sure we can get through without that chance of losing. Because even though the balance bar is slightly in my favour, I don't want to lose any full units, if we can avoid it. So let's fight the battle, and I'll see you guys in just a sec. Okay guys, let's get started. Now, we know the enemy's going to be somewhere in front of us, so we're just going to set up pretty straightforward. Let's switch out some of these a bit. Just bear in mind that we have lost a few units from that last fight, so I want to make sure that we get some recruitment done with Volkmar soon, rather than later. But, oh yeah, and as a request from one of my viewers, Daniel Olsen, if I go onto Godfrey's Blades, and for anyone who hasn't actually seen them yet, this is the White Guard, the White Guard foot. Pretty cool looking, very heavily armoured. I like the shield design, especially on like the commander here, that's pretty cool. In fact, I need to find that mod that it actually adds champions and stuff to units, because that was always pretty cool. But there we go, the Godfrey's Blades. Willing and very eager to start the fight. But, they're going to be on our front line, we're going to have the... So you guys can just form up like this. Something like that. Alright, handgunners, I'm going to actually stick on the flanks. While I try to remember to do it, and I admit that I don't do it often, as I should, having your handgunners on the flanks and shooting into the enemy's position tends to be a very, very good idea. Now, something else is going to be useful. We'll put my flagellants in the back. The silver bolts... In fact, I can keep you guys in the front for the moment, I guess. The thing is, we don't exactly have to worry about ranged attacks when we're talking about the undead. But Godfrey's Blade... let's see. Moore's Fury. Oh yeah, let's put you guys over on this flank. And I'll put the silver bullets over on this flank. We'll have them next to the Imperial Knights and the Order of the Griffin, I mean. So, yeah, you guys are there and there. The other two can just stay in the front. Crossbowmen? Hang on, did I not have... No, I just have a one unit crossbowman, that's fine. You guys can come up there then. Your hand's going to come up here. We're going to have Volkmar near the front, ready to charge in. Right. The Thunder of Eichland and the Hammer of Witches. Now, I'm going to actually move, because I'm just double checking the height here. We're going to move the Hammer of the Witches just slightly up here so they can slightly shoot over the enemy's position. The Thunder of Eichland, not that concerned about because it shoots over. So we'll stick something like here. Just move them a little bit forward so we can maybe be able to get some artillery damage on any enemies as they charge in, but without hitting our own troops in the process. Something like that. There we go. Let's start the battle. And when you're ready, men, start firing. So we've got Felbats coming on each flank. So we've got the Blood Knights, which, well, we should be able to deal okay with, especially if we start blasting them with our handgunners, but obviously they're going to be very, very effective against my knights. So we're going to have to be careful about those. Okay, the artillery is already starting to fire. That's great. Handgunners, when you're ready, I want you to start firing into the Felbats. Okay, crossbowmen. What are the Blood Knights doing? Start firing into them for me, please. Right, you guys come over here. Tell you what, let's see if we can get a charge in with our own knights. First of all. Alright, we'll start doing some damage to those. Alright, crossbowmen, we're going to bring you guys back here for the moment. Alright, handgunners can continue doing damage against them. Okay, Godfrey's Blades, try and charge in. Swordsman, now halberdiers actually, charge in. I know it's a high threat, but every little bit's going to try and help. And let's have a look. It's Wizard, Master Necromancer. Okay, can we shoot over 2 grave shots? Oh no, that's very, very low range. Okay, you guys continue doing what you're doing. You're going to come up here, Order the Griffin, and go after their Master Necromancer. Handgunners, I want you to switch it over this way. And start dealing with these. Okay. Godfrey's Blades, come forward and deal with the Crypt Ghouls. You guys charge forward into the Blood Knights, see if we can pin them in place. Swordsman, really losing decisively apparently. That's not ideal. Okay, Wretched as Sigmar. Let's bring you in to deal with the Felbats. Alright, we've pinned them. Let's see if we can get those involved. See, you can come in and start dealing with those. Do accusation. Try and knock him down. Okay, my knight's already starting to retreat. That's not ideal in the slightest. Start shooting those. Alright. Let's bring you guys round to here. You might be able to get some lucky shots with the grape shots. Okay, Godfrey's blades, get ready now. Okay, we've already caught up with those. Okay, Volkmar, see if we can bring you over here. And we're going to boost up your melee attack in just a moment. Okay, Cryptical's already charged in. Godfrey blades are doing their job there. Okay, you guys pull back. You guys come over here and start going after the Master Necromancer. Right. Order the Blade needs to start retreating. You guys start firing. Godfrey's blades, see if you can charge into them. Wretched of Sigmar, you can come in and deal with the zombies here, please. Right. Let's bring you over here, and you can start firing at them. Right. These are pulling away the Crypticals. Okay. Where is my crossbowman? Okay, crossbowman, I'm going to ask you guys to pull back over this way. Hopefully they're not going to retreat completely from this. Right. Moore's Fury needs to pull back. Wretched of Sigmar, you can charge forward. Okay, Fellbats, let's have a quick look. Johan. Okay, start dealing with these. Swordsman, come forward and help. Wretched of Sigmar, come over here and deal with zombies. Alright, Artillery. Start doing some damage against the Blood Knights, please. Likewise, you, the Hammer of Witches. We've got our Blood Knights right in front of us. And you've got Grape Shot loaded and ready to go. Come on. Alright, handgunners, start firing now on the Crypticals. Crossbowmen, start firing at them. Okay, Knights, bring you guys back around here. Get ready to start firing into the zombies. Alright, getting some low drops right on top of them. Okay, not ideal because they're hitting Godfrey's blades. Oh dear. Okay, Wretched Sigmar, charge forward and to deal with these. Godfrey's blades. Come back over this way. Right. Okay, you guys need to continue firing into these. Crossbow, Blood Knights, deal with those. Johan, deal with the Necromancer. You guys charge into the rear of the zombie units. Wretched Sigmar now out of control. Okay, Swordsman, charge back here and deal with these. Volkmar, come over here and start boosting everyone up. Right, go after the Blood Knights if needed. Right. Okay, Wretched Sigmar now out of control, that's fine. What we got over here? Moore's Fury. Start firing at those. Godfrey's Blades. Start bringing up around here to attack. Right. You guys charge forward now and see about dealing with those. Wretched Sigmar, come over here and deal with the Vampire. In fact, let's have you guys come over here. Johan, start doing this. Okay, you deal with those. Okay, you guys... Okay, you've dealt with them. Right, come over here and deal with these. You guys shoot at those. Okay, Wretched of Sigmar, come over here and deal with them. The enemy lord has been killed. And let's deal now with them. Volkmar is retreated. That's not ideal. Okay, Thunder of Reichland. Okay, never mind. They all just died. A close victory, apparently. Well, that could have gone slightly better with the Blood Knights, but there's always going to be a tough challenge when dealing with them. So let's just hit end battle and go back to the campaign map. So, a close victory, but I'm quite happy with the results. If it wasn't for the fact that we had those Blood Dragons, oh sorry, the Blood Knights, I think we could have actually won with a lot less casualties. As you saw, between them they managed to kill over 200. And we lost nearly half our numbers came from these two units. If we didn't have those to deal with, I think we would have lost less casualties overall. Just because dealing with Blood Knights is a pain in the butt. It's why I like them when I play as the vampire counts. But But anyway, we managed to win. We took no full units, so we're just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead and just occupy the settlement, because we are going to return everything back to Zufbar. We don't really need Oakenhammer. But most importantly, I believe I should have eliminated the von Karsteins completely. I would think. Apparently not. Let's check the diplomacy a moment. Come on, game. Right. Beastmen, Hordes, Batonian, Dwarves, Greenskins, High Elves, Kislev, Lizardmen, Norskins, Vampire. Yeah, the von Karsteins are gone apparently. Well, thanks for informing me, game. That's always appreciated. No matter. But we've taken Oakenhammer. I'm going to give them a chance to rest up now for a turn. In fact, we could take the opportunity to try and get some extra replenishment, but I think it'd be better for us to move back to Schwarzhaven so we can get back into, friendlier climates. So we'll let them have a turn to rest up, and then we'll bring them back to Schwarzhaven, and we'll return Oakenhammer back to Zufbar. So we'll sort that out. Now, what about the rest of the army? And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about giving them their upgrades. Vigilon Silver, I think I'm going to actually move you over to Eschen now. So we can start sorting out public order there, because I think we're fairly stable over this side now, aren't we? That's 0. But I think we can manage that once we've dealt with the beastmen here. So let's have a look. Let's grab Balsar Guilds. And let's have you come over here and deal with Third Land Whipper. A Minotaur Lord. It's been a while since I faced one of those. And look how big he is compared to Balthasar. But it's going to be an easy fight, so we're just going to go do this. There we go. I'm actually going to take the money, just to help out a little bit. But now you've done that, let's actually bring you back now to Fort Obenstein. That should secure public order even more now. So that's that done. We've just got Helmut Viewer back, the Elector Count of Talabekland. Don't know why I had him moving down here initially. I think it's going to be much more useful if we start bringing him up to the north. Because as you can see, the vampire accounts have managed to take Essen and Nagenhof. So if we can have Helmut come up here and just deal with those, that would be great. So we'll have you march over here. Now something we need to do as well, and let me just double check, because it's the mission for the Jade Griffin. Yeah, we need to use a hero against a settlement belonging to the undead. Now we do have a hero nearby. We could, I guess, use Fedorin here. But I don't know don't think he's really been upgraded for campaign skills, is he? Let's have a quick look. Because he's not one of my heroes, so I have no idea what he's been upgraded. Scavenge. It might have been one of my heroes, actually. I can never remember. But I tell you what, let's grab Ulrich here. We'll have you head over towards Nagenhof. It will take a little while for him to get there, but it should allow us to get there with plenty of time as Helmut here goes after Essen. But you've moved now. Heinrich. Now we've taken the Black Pits. Don't know if we need to necessarily stick around. 23 public order. What's that from? 20 from the military presence, 9 from characters. Alright, so we still want to stick around here a little bit. At least until we can get the hamlet built. But yeah, we'll leave that for now.
What does the Emperor bid?
Okay, Gundolf, I'll just move you around. You can stay in Marienburg for the foreseeable future. Garen's moved. Kalfans. Now, unfortunately, last time we had to pull back from Dragonhof just because they came out to attack us. And we got nearly a full stack led by Helmengost. And as you can see, they've got Graveguard, they've got Crypt Ghouls, they've got all sorts. And then the garrison itself at Dragonhof has quite a few units as well. We've got Vargeist, we've got Black Knights, we've got more Graveguard to deal with. It's a lot, right? So I would like to try and bring in more than one army. But what I'm tempted to do, because don't forget, Eschen came under attack last time. We could set up an ambush near Eschen and see whether or not Helmengost or Manfred will come after it. And then we can ambush them, and with whatever remains of the garrison Eschen, be able to eliminate one of the big armies that we're facing with the vampire counts. I'm quite liking that idea. Let's see first of all, can we deal with this small tiny army led by Roland here? Or is he he's gonna retreat? Right. But now that we're not taking any vampiric attrition, we can just maybe set up near here. Let's move a little bit closer. It's got 65% chance. We'll see if it can work. But we'll stick here and see whether Manfred or Helmergost is going to come. And then I think that's all my armies for now. Let's spend some money and get some points. So Heinrich, I'm going to give you a point in Pistol Corps to represent his background in the Bordermen. And I'm going to give you a point in Deadly Blade. If we go to our next commander, Volkmar the Grim, we've got 2 more points to spend. I'm tempted to wait. I mean, when do we get the war to level 16? I'm thinking for Volkmar, I'm going to give him a warhorse. But we're not going to just give him a normal horse, we'll just wait a turn instead. So let's continue making you a bit more of a combatant. We're going to go for Deadly Blade and full plates up. Unless, does he have any good skills over here? I mean, we could give him Hold the Line to boost up his men and the aura size as well. 5 melee defense. That can come in handy. I'm going to actually give you that. But we are going to continue giving you Deadly Blade. Nah, I'll tell you what, no. We'll stick with this. I'll make up my mind someday, don't worry. But you do that. Johann von Wunstedt, let's give you now... Let's give you Elusive. Make you better in combat. Research. Now, what I'm tempted to do now that we've actually got different cities is to actually work our way down the Council of Electors and the Runefang Pact. So if we go for this one, where it's always good to talk, especially when not doing so can lead to a cataclysmic civil war. This will make it so it reduces the threshold that factions will trigger civil wars. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about other factions trying to become independent. And then we can go to the Runefang Pact, which is going to increase all the other Elector Council's fealty. So 8 turns for that very good bit of research. I'm quite happy to do so. Now, what else can we do? Western Sylvania will upgrade Tempelhof, because once that's been upgraded and we get that building slot, we can get our hands on a shrine, start dealing with the vampiric corruption in the Western Sylvania. I mean, we've got Public Order +4 at the moment, but as that gets better, we'll swap it over maybe to Sigmar at Dogma, just to help with the Untainted a bit. But we'll do something like that. We'll get that as well, just because it will give us extra growth. Could just try and get some defenses at Schwarzhaven, but given its isolated location at the moment and the fact that we're not at war with the Barrow Legion, which, oh yeah, that reminds me. Yeah. It was mentioned to me by in the Daniel Olsen in the last video that for some reason the Barrow Legion have got a unit of High Elf Spearmen. Now, I'm going to go with my headcanon that these elves have just been dominated, mind-controlled by Gesbuk here, the Master Necromancer. But I have no idea why they've actually got a unit of these guys in the army. I'm just going to presume it's something to do with a bug in the mods or something. But that was a really good catch, and I find that quite funny to spot them in there. So thanks for that. But, what else do we want to do? Oh yeah, wait, speaking of Talabekland, we need to come up here, because part of the reason we had so much money is because we dismantled a lot of buildings here. So, going with the defenses, let's get some in Kemperbad. In Krugenheim, let's go for a barracks, because we haven't got access to that here yet. Then in Talabheim, we could upgrade to a engineer's workshop so we can get our hands on the Hellblaster. We've already got that done. And we've already got an armory done at Kemperbad. So what I'm thinking for now, let's get a Shrine of Sigmar, just to help things out a bit. I mean, we could go for the Hunting Cap, and this will eventually give us Huntsman. Hang on. I could have swore that someone told me that Huntsmen have got good bonuses against anti-large. But according to that, it doesn't. It might be a change because of the closer to tabletop. Huh. That actually disappoints me a little bit if that's the case. But I tell you what we could do. If we're going to continue making this into recruitment, we could go for an Imperial Academy just to increase the recruit ranks. And we do see a reduction for greatswords. But greatswords get recruited in like 1 turn anyway, so it's not really any deal to us. What we'll do then, let's actually get our hands on a Reichsfort. That way we can get the Imperial Foot and Reichsguard armies. There we go. Got 5,000 left. I don't know if there's anything else we want to spend. Oh no, actually, tell a lie. A Fieldorf, I'm actually going to get rid of the Gunsmith. That will give us some extra money. And I'm tempted to try and do something then so we can put it towards buying Steingart. Because that doesn't cost me like 10,000 to do. Grunberg, we could spend a bit of cash to generate a bit more. Yeah, we'll go for that. Black Pitstone, Helmgart, Marienburg. Okay, Oakenhammer, like I said, we're going to get rid of that eventually. I will get rid of this. Get a little bit extra cash before we give it back to Zufbar. But we will repair these as well. They're fairly cheap. And then, anything else now? The Moots. I'm not going to upgrade it yet. Instead, let's hit the end turn and see what the vampire counts are going to do next. Okay, Hellengost, what are you doing? Oh, you're pulling up towards Oakenhammer. Interesting. Now, unfortunately, this is not the most ideal fight to do. But on the plus side, we don't have to worry about any, blood knights. We've got lots of crit ghouls, a few zombies, we've got Hellman himself, as well as 2 necromancers, and we do have the grave guard. But we do have a few troops at our disposal, and that hopefully will be enough for us. Do we fight it now, though? Given the fact that we've only got like a couple minutes left of the episode? Nah, I'm going to leave it till next time, I think. Leaving a bit of a cliffhanger, and we can start the next episode with this fight. So, all I can say then is thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, as short as it seems to be, and I hope you do join me next time for some more Warhammer. But until then, everyone, take care, and goodbye for now.